Okay, enough of that. What was that song? Good. That's what that was.
It's me, Mario.
Also gotta change the random image of the day. Let's go with... Oh, let's go with... this today. But no, in all seriousness, the song... The title of the MIDI is, was... What was it? It was something like Sonic Adventure 3 Chaos Island, or something like that. Some Sonic game with a 3 in the title, and Chaos Island or something. Anyway, we are gonna finish this game. Hopefully in about 2 hours. So how have you been today, Juan? Okay, actually, while we're here, no, first we need to, first we should do the logical thing and go get the metal cap. Exhausted, lovely. Yeah, the metal cap is down here. And I completely forgot about the whole change to text thing, so let's try that one again. Don't ask me how I forgot that, but seeing as how it's my hack, but I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping well at all. Oh boy. Lakitu here. Ah yes, the secret cavern. You know, there have been some Bowser sightings around here. I haven't a clue where or why, but the evidence says he's hiding something around here. Oh boy. Foreshadowing, even though it's not really foreshadowing, and more so one of like a million hints. Attention minions, no matter what, do not reveal the location of my hidden dockyard. Signed, Bowser. Yeah, I'd say there's some Bowser activity around here. Shopping, helping your grandmother get her ID. You went to IKEA, oh boy. Gotta love IKEA. Anyway, here's the metal cap. Only 1 star in this level. As we got the hint saying that there were 5 in the other levels, but... Anyway. I'm getting turned around. Okay. Let's try that one again, shall we? Yeah, the hint said that there were only 5 stars in the cap courses, and that we've already gotten 4 of them. So this is a bit of a tight jumping section. I thought you could jump up there. Maybe not. Okay, well now I clearly don't have enough time. The star is like up there. And we missed. Lovely. It's pretty tight. Honestly, it'd probably be better if I just, like, timed it with my metal cap. I'll try that. I think that's what I did in testing. Because I could have sworn I jumped up there, and I didn't have to go back as far. Yeah, that saves a little bit of time. And there you go. It's a bit tricky, but definitely reasonably doable. Also, the camera doesn't know what to think, so it kind of does that. Pretty good. So with the metal cap out of the way, I guess we will go to Womp's Fortress, or rather, Floating Fortress as it's called here. But first, actually... Attention minions! Next Tuesday we have a bake sale in the courtyard. All proceeds will be donated to the Koopa for a Cause Foundation. More flavor text? Nothing wrong with flavor text. Anyway, Floating Fortress is a pretty funky level. The Womps overthrew their king ages ago. Ever since then, this place has been pretty much abandoned. There are rumors of Bowser sightings around here, but I haven't a clue where that could be. That should probably be fixed, that typo. Or whatever, not necessarily a typo, but... Okay. Fortress intro text. So basically the gimmick with this place is there's just kind of a whole... Like, there wasn't really much I could do here, so it's just like, you know what? Let's just add even more things floating in the middle of nowhere, and call it a floating fortress. And it works. It works pretty well. This is one of the better levels in my mind. And we need to find the key who exists sometimes. Okay, we found him. I did not actually remember that he was up here, though. Also, holy lag. I think it's that piranha that's causing the lag. I know I removed him, but then re-added him. Which N64 emulator is best? Project 64 version 1.6. Specifically version 1.6. It emulates most things pretty well. Hey, Dan. But if it doesn't work on 1.6, you can try 2.3 or 2.23 or whatever, but it's got other issues. Anyway, so for this one, you just have to do a fairly precise-ish cannon shot to the top. It's not actually that hard. And there's a star up here. Relatively unchanged, but I mean, eh. Also ignore that floating arrow. Well, sometimes it doesn't emulate very well, but most games it works pretty good. Oh, you mean 2.23, yeah. Like, the newer versions have a lot of weird issues, especially with save states. Anyway, dizzying parkour. That would be over here. Most of this level is... Okay, yeah, this piranha needs to go. This piranha really needs to go. Also, it's completely broken. Anyway, this is the dizzying parkour. Move, plant near dizzy. Write that down. This is basically just have some floating nonsense. And try to climb it all, and it's moving way too fast. Yeah, good luck. Okay, we broke it, now we just need to actually grab it. Which is a lot easier said than done. Let's try and get to the center. And Mario goes around in circles forever. It's a simple challenge, but it's fun. It's something. Okay, secret of the falling bridge spelt wrong. Oh boy, proofreading. So that one is over here, and this level has secrets, just only one of them. It's this challenge: get the coin and then come back. Easier said than done, because of course this is a crumble bridge, and you really don't want to be on Mario Cam for that. You really do not want to use Mario Cam. Most of the stars in this level are really easy, like really simple. Just go here, do a platforming challenge, get star, but it works pretty well. And we also have some other things too. Side flip is the best way to jump and change... Well, it's the only way to really jump and change directions. This bridge does like to respawn, because of, if you get far enough away. But it doesn't always respawn. Note, none of the coins are really in the air. Pretty box standard red coin challenge. Red coins are just kind of around. Oh, I thought that was 10 coins. Oh well, nothing wrong with having extra 1-ups. I mean, I suppose this one's technically in the air. Speaking of which, wooden bridges, oh boy. Not many hacks really do much with those, unless your name is like Star Attack rebooted. It's pretty funky. And there's a bridge, but we'll ignore it for later. Careful of the chuck, yeah. Also, these are fun. These are some fun platforms. We'll be getting to that later on. Oh, these coins need to be rotated. Rotate coins. These coins are supposed to, pardon me, are supposed to show that this is here in case you missed it. This level has a pretty okay surplus of coins, as I recall. This part here kind of reminds me of, and we're falling. Lovely. Reminds me of, the Whomp's Fortress remake in, Galaxy 2. Why is this coin floating here? I don't recall putting that coin there. Anyway, there are plenty of coins, is my point. Alright, I was like, where did these blues appear? They appear here. There's some, coins leading to, not quite certain doom, but we'll ignore that for later. Yeah, tons of coins. I mean, no sense in making 100 coin stars Kaizo. Or hard, or whatever. Actually, I think both remaining reds are up here. Yep. And then the star just appears over here. Tons of coins, but it's a simple star. Now for this star, which is quite a bit less simple. So these platforms in the air are the same ones that are right here, except ooh, that was funky. Same ones that are right here, except they are just like rotated and flipped and such. And the result is they do really weird things. And dead. Yeah, I don't know why they teleport and behave like this, but they do, so, I made a platforming challenge out of it. Because, I mean, it's a unique that has not been done in any other Toadstool hack. I think it's probably due to, like, just a glitch. But it works, so I'm bad.
Mamma mia!
I don't really need to know why it works. All I need to know is that it works. Oof. I thought they had all stayed in a cycle, but I guess not. I guess they do desync from each other after time. That was way too slow.
Mamma mia!
So this star's not easy. It's short, but not the easiest. Getting to the last one is really difficult. You really just have to observe and know where it is, and I misunderstood where the last one spawned. There we go. It's a fun star. And now we have the Under Fortress. So this star was inspired by the fact that a large portion of Womp's Fortress is just kind of not used. It's very large and hollow. So I was like, you know what, let's put some crap here and make it a weird star. It also helps with the floating part of Floating Fortress. Why is that coin there? So to start, you have to land here, which is easier said than done. And leap of faith! And you'll go into the water. Then you just jump down here, and this is why you have to push this platform. Otherwise, you can't. There's nothing to land on to get to the star. So you have to kick this platform down. I like the idea of having to set this up beforehand. Maybe it's a bit of a beginner's trap, but there's no penalty for failure. If you get here, you can just hop back in the water, swim inbounds, kick it down, and then try again. It's pretty quick. Now, we would be done, except there are some very suspicious things afoot. First of all, the key to mentioned Bowser activity, and we've seen none of the such. Second of all, if you recall, there was a strange arrow when we got the first star. And thirdly, y'all think I can't do Owlus? So, putting all these pieces together, there's a warp in the Owl Cage, of course. And it's Bowser too, completely optional. Mario, you again! Grr, the power of the stars has faded. I should have expected this after 20 years. But no matter, I'll beat you this time, and then you'll never be seen again. Bowser seems to, know something. But he's not in the mood of, doesn't seem to be in the mood to elaborate. Anyway, this is, a really funky Bowser fight, because of the whole, there's two platforms. Right, I forgot this Bowser can tell him. This Bowser's, like, got the biggest bag of tricks. And that did not make it. So anyway, the bombs are on this platform. You gotta move him. It's not that hard. Just gotta get two throws, but this one's pretty easy. The only reason this was possible is because these are objects rather than the way this works. Yeah, these are objects rather than being geometry. And as such, we can in fact interact with them. Move them, clone them, add a new one rather, in place of some of the bombs. Fortunately, there are 4 bombs, and we don't need 4 bombs. Pretty simple Bowser fight, but a bit more involved than the first one. Damn it, minions! Who keeps putting those bombs everywhere? I should have slaughtered every stinking Bob-omb when I had the chance, instead of just their king. Oh boy, plot. Mark my words, Mario. This will be your final victory. Next time, I will be ready for this. So, it was a random plot. Turns out that the reason the Bob-ombs in the Bob-omb Festival were at peace is because Bowser killed the Bob-omb King, and thus ending the war between the pink Bob-ombs and the black Bob-ombs. Is this lore important? No. Does it add anything? No. Why did I add it? I don't know, okay? Let's go to the slide. I do feel that the lore is a bit more shoehorned in than I thought at first. Anyway, the slide is, slide's funky. Can't go backwards, so you can't activate the timer. Got this purple switch. And we're dead. So the slide is, it's difficult. Also only 1 star in the slide. So normally with how hard-coded the slide time, like the star from getting under 21 seconds is, I was wondering, like, how can I change it up? Everyone and their mother's uncle just put something on top of the slide. That's not unique at all, so I was like, you know what, let's do something like this. And I'm bad. Long jumps or a precise triple jump on those platforms and you'll make it. The coins show you the optimal way to move. If you go all the way to the bottom, there's a shell, which you can use to ride to the very top to get a second shot. So I feel that this is something unique, comparatively speaking, to a lot of other hacks. Other toadstool hacks. It's something different. Can this fruit fly get out of my face? I'm not a fruit. Leave me alone. You have to be really precisely lined up for the triple jump. The long jump method is easier. Triple jump honestly might not even be possible. So I'll try long jumping next time. This time, whatever. I held back and I really shouldn't have. Fortunately, unlike failing in the wing cap, this doesn't actually cost lives. Now, I'd have rotated that switch, but we're actually very limited on red objects, so most of all we can do is blue objects. And blue objects are a bit more limited in what they can do and what they can become. You only have, you can only rotate the, yaw of blue objects, not the pitch or the roll. Look at me sounding fancy, using terms like yaw, pitch, and roll. Just the 3 rotational axes. Unfortunately, I didn't have a good angle for that. And we're done. Okay, I'd like to be successful one of these days. And there's a helicopter flying overhead, lovely. Or a really loud lawnmower. I think it's a lawnmower. Maybe this is a bit too precise, but there's no penalty for failure. It's just a matter of getting it exactly right, so I think it's okay enough. It's not like it's long or challenging to get to the part where it gets challenging, it's just... There we go. It's reasonable. Might take you a while, but it's not like it costs anything. So, sign. Attention minions! This Saturday's movie night will be showing The Rise of Goombazilla. Don't forget, it starts at 8 PM and popcorn is 5 coins. Yo, sup? You must be Mario. I heard you've been around lately. What? Nah, I ain't gonna ask you to join Big Dog. Of course, I ain't gonna ask you to beat him either. I really don't care who wins in the end. But it sure sounds exciting. Oh, and Camera Boy. After the final fight, want to send me your footage? This would be gold on you, Toad. Toad doesn't care about anything else but his own social media. Punk Toad. I don't know. Anyway, Haunted Shipwreck Bay. Probably my favorite course in this level. Basically, there be pirate ships about. Also, for this star, you just kind of have to climb the rocks. How about we go over here and then climb it? Yeah. That should work a little bit better, I think. So there are like a million objects in JRB, so you can do a lot of really cool things, because there are a lot of rocks. And all of these rocks are objects you can move. In fact, they're red objects, too. If I recall correctly. So, JRB has a lot of potential. Through the Stone Reef. Also, I've never seen any other hack change the boats. It took me a long time to figure out how to do that. These upper boats we got is 5 different objects. 1 for the collision, and then 4 for the visual model. And the sunken boats are 3 objects, 1 for the collision, and 2 for the visual model. So, it was really complicated. It was really lucky that this level has so many objects that it was actually possible to add a lot. Anyway, through the coral reef, or the stone reef, or whatever, there's a star in this mess. So it was possible to, like, sneak in over here before. I wonder if I patched that accurately enough. Looks like it, maybe. This eats your frames a bit, but I mean... Oh well. This shouldn't be... Okay, yeah, so this has all been patched. It's a bit of a maze, but it's not really complicated. I do wish that the frames didn't die, but nothing that I can do about that. Just gotta avoid the whirlpools. I did not avoid the whirlpools. The fact that this destroys your frames is like the one downside of this. the one sour spot for this level, but other than that, I love this level. I'm not dead. Okay, that's good. I'm dead. Again. That was a game over. Even better! I'm such a professional. I've never actually failed like that before, and then I do it twice in a row. Oh boy. Just like yesterday. Can't play for... at all. Here's an interesting idea. Never mind, I just thought of something interesting that would be interesting to test. But, minor point. Excuse me, where do I go from here? Okay, just like this. Yeah, and then the stars up here. It's really easy, but I like it. Okay, red coins. And I guess hundreds by proxy. Tons of coins in this level, like a million coins. And one up for flavor. Doesn't really need to be coins anyway, so it's perfectly fine with that. What's it called? In the bay, yeah. Red coins are just kind of around. Most of the red coin stars I'm seeing they're just kind of around. But it works. I really like this level for the fact that like it doesn't feel empty, especially like DDD. Originally, JRB also still doesn't feel like super empty. Like most of the water's just there for the sake of you swimming through it. Like there's nothing actually in the water. But I feel like I made that effect even better. That's really the best way to make a water level. Make sure that the water is filled with things to do. So it's not just a medium you have to swim through to get to the other side. Anyway, here's a Bob and Buddy. Let's see if this text works. Mario? Is that you? Are you another ghost? What? You mean you're real? I'm saved? My ship crashed so long ago that I'd given up hope. Listen, Mario. This place is haunted. That cave at the bottom, especially haunted. And that ship, I'm sorry, Mary. My best friend didn't survive the shipwreck, and every time I go near that far ship, it's almost like I can hear him calling my name. He was an expert in cannons, you see. Thank you for finding me, Mario. Okay, that text needs minor tweaking. Shipwrecked bomb text minor tweak. But, oh boy, Bob-omb with a tragic backstory. Also, he might be, I forgot to break the shell first. Whatever. Here's some blue coins, pretty much directly stolen from, the DS version. And here's one of the sunken ships on land, and it's got some pretty good collision. There's a red coin up here. The collision on these ships has always been wonky, and you can't actually change the rotation either, so it's a complete mess. But that is life. I'll leave those coins for the time being. We got some amps attempting to guard this red. One by Unagi's hole. One below this ship. And I don't remember where the last one is. Go me. Pretty sure it's not in here. I mean, There's a sunken ship in here, but I'm pretty sure there's no red. Yeah, you don't want to go in here. This place is haunted. You'll die. You probably won't actually die, but you might. It's possible. This red must be somewhere up here. Okay, well here's hundreds. Let's get these at least. There's a metal cap, not that you really need it. Wasn't up here. It must be in the water, there's no other place. Shoutouts to not remembering my own hack. Wasn't like in this clam up here, was it? Actually, isn't it in this? Yeah, it's in this clam over here. And the star appears up there. Just kind of... This was an empty rock. I moved since the Bob-on Buddy's no longer here to open the cannon, so I was like, you know what? What can I put here? I know. A star. Just making the more useless parts useful. That's the best thing you can do when making a level. Just make... Don't have useless dead ends with nothing in it. If you got a dead end with nothing in it, just put it like even just a line of coins or something. Maybe a 1-up, but something there. Anyway, the Phantom Cavern. Maybe I'll make it the Haunted Cavern. I like that better. I've already used the term Phantom in a different level. Plus, it reminds me too much of Kaizo. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of invisible crap around here that will hurt. Try to avoid getting hit. There's also a few invisible enemies. When you get here, an invisible fire shooter. But you can get the star, right? No, because there's an invisible block in the way. You have to push. Basically, it's just a whole bunch of invisible stuff. Not all of it, though. There are also a few invisible enemies. I think there's an invisible Big Goomba and an invisible Bob-omb. Anyway, secrets of the ships. Secrets in every level. You didn't believe me, but they are. It's pretty easy. You'll probably run into it by accident and then know exactly where they all are. 5 ships, 5 secrets. Now these ones are a bit wonky in the fact that you can kind of just jump through them. Because these don't have collision because you're intended to swim through them because it's meant to be underwater, but it doesn't work that well. Can be used for BLJing though. Probably. I didn't bother to care about preventing any sort of BLJ off these ships. It would be impossible. So it's just, you know what? Let's just embrace it. I feel like these coins could probably be moved a little bit better. Oh, the current is still here. Interesting. Move coins on bottom ship. So, are you skilled enough to climb this ship? No? Well, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna go refill my health. Because these falling pillars do quite a bit of damage. It's just some simple side flips to get up here. It's a bit tricky, but not really. And this is supposed to be course 12, technically. And yeah, you can kind of just clip through this. Getting the collision mesh to line up properly was a pain. And there's one up there, in case you care about such things. Yeah, 13 is Rainbow Ride. That'll be fun. Anyway, last secret is on that ship, and that's also where the star spawns. Maybe I'll put the coins on this ship. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah. I'll put the coins on this ship.
Here we go!
And the last star here. Find the ghostly Bob-omb. Well, you're looking for an invisible Bob-omb, but the Bob-omb guy over there gives you a hint. And also you can hear for them if you listen very carefully. He's right here. The other Bob-omb said you can hear his, it's almost like you can hear his friend when he goes to the far ship. Maybe it's a bit hidden, but the other guy mentions the far ship. This is the far ship. Hopefully you'll realize that he's not actually going to be on the ship, because Bob-omb Buddies plus ship wouldn't work. So he has to be, and he's not obviously going to be in the water. This is the far ship, so it has to be somewhere around here. There's nothing in this end. Like on that end we got a coin, red coin. On this end there's not enough space, but here it's a large empty area, so let's put something there. And anyway, it makes the cannon open, and there's a star in it. And again, you can also hear his footsteps, although it's very quiet. But it is another indicator if you listen very carefully. Maybe not the best star, but I feel like it really adds to the haunted motif well. So, let's have some fun. In, not Rainbow Ride. Instead, Risky Ride. This level's hard. This level's got a whole bunch of, triangle platforms and nonsense, and it's kind of a pain in the neck. And we're gonna start with Reds and Hundreds. Because that's the kind of guy I am. I think that's box of 10. Box of 3. I should make that a box of 10. I'll add it to my to-do list. Okay. I'll probably die here because this next part is quite challenging. Oh, so I should raise those coins. Raise coins leading to tricky switch. So you gotta be a bit careful there. The timing is tight. Looks like racing that platform a bit. The changes I made it a bit easier though, which is good. A bit more reasonable. There's 5 coins here, although very easy to slide off if you're not careful. That's fine. That's fine. I'll just do the tight switch again. It's fine. Here's 5 coins and a platform that takes you to the maze. The maze is fun-ish. Not much of note in the maze, honestly. Gotta switch. There's a star here, but blue coin switch was moved. So that was added to make that a bit easier. Is this coins or 1-up? Coins, that's useful. Wasn't actually sure if that that box would help making getting to the top of this easier. I mean, obviously I don't need it, but I don't want this to be a Kaiser hack. So you just gotta time getting onto this. It can be tricky because of the wind. A dive is the best way to get onto that. And now we're at the house. Oh boy, the house. Blue coin switch in the house, because why not? I don't actually remember the blue coins appear. It's kind of around. Okay, now let's head backwards. Bad. Bad. I should add a better way to get back from here. Because these platforms here feel a bit empty. Yeah, okay. That's the plan. I'll put something there. Maybe I'll change some of these Goombas. Let me write that down. Add something to start of maze area. Really, the hard part is getting hundreds. Reds are free. And there should be plenty of coins on the way from here. Yeah, because there's like an 8 here. I think there might be another 8 on that platform here. Coin collecting is pretty tight in this level, but it's not unbearably tight. Because like there's still 16 from reds, and yeah, here's another 8. Plenty of coins. This fire jet is still here. To kill you. I am 1 coin short. Oh boy. Now this part is actually bitch. Oh no, there's 5 coins here. We're good. Okay. So I got hundreds. That's all I'm worried about. So we got plenty of coins, and then we got a bit of a tricky switch to get back. And I died on it. That's okay. I got hundreds. So let's try that again, this time without the dying. I do like that. You are just able to get 100 coins before you have to do some really hard parts. If you do that route, which is good. Because that switch, I mean, it's not a hard switch, but it's not free. Because it is some precise timed jumps on small boxes. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Anyway, that works pretty effectively for getting up there. Dodge the fire. Red coin here. There's just some coins in this box. I do like the idea of red coins on the way to the ship. Also, as the first star in the level, it's just changing up the formula a little bit more. Also puts all the red coins in one isolated area, because Rainbow Ride, you really do not want all the red coins all over the place. That's just awful. So I feel like this was done pretty well. Works for what it needs to be. And I'm dead. That was a missed jump. I would have liked to add more carpets, and make the gimmick like a lot more carpet-based, but carpets are pretty jank. They don't really, yeah. And we're dead again. God damn it, Mario. This is the part where the curve just starts to ramp up a bit, difficulty-wise. Not necessarily the next level. Actually, not really. This is probably the hardest level in the game. Because BBH and DDD, courses 14 and 15, really aren't that hard. BBH especially is pretty free. Mainly because it's just, you can't do much with BBH. That was not a triple jump! I kicked like 2 frames before I jumped. Apparently I can't play... apparently I can't speak today either. Or play SM64. Anyway, what was I saying? Something about how you really don't want red coins to be all over the place in this level, just because this level's big, it's dangerous, etc. There's something to be said about keeping red coins in their own big place. Like, there's 2 ways to do it. Having them like sort of hidden, but all located in one small area, or in a themed area. Like, they might be all over the place, but like they're all in boxes or in bushes, something like that. So you can, if you figure out the theme about behind where they all are, you can find them all. Or you can just have them all over the place, but in very obvious locations, which is what I usually do in my levels. But the worst thing to do is just have them all over the place, with no rhyme or reason as to where they're located. Just, oh, here's a hard spot or a hidden spot. Let's put a red coin there. That's the sort of thing you would put a star maybe, or maybe a 1-up. But having a single red coin be the same difficulty as a full star is just bad. Because you need to collect 8 red coins. So it's effectively like doing 8 stars. Also, probably even worse than that, is putting red coins like, right beside stars. Side note, putting stars beside stars is also garbage. Because, why would, like, doing a star for a star is one thing, but doing the same star except getting a red coin that's right beside it is just stupid. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. I know last red's in the can and might be a bit tricky to find, but they're all around. Don't get killed by the key too.
Here we go.
I know, the star itself is pretty okay. But yeah, as I was saying, red coins right beside stars it's just dumb. It's literally just doing the same star again. Anyway, we got a bit of a trek to the house. This level is a bit linear, I will admit. It's a bit of a regret. I mean, you could jump from the top of the ship down to the maze, or you could go this way, and then the maze leads to the house. That's unavoidable. And we're dead. Wow. That was a new one. That was it's definitely an unusual death. Also, side note, putting stars on the way to stars is also just garbage. Every star should be unique in the regard that doing it doesn't do 90% of another star. Or if it does, you have to do it in a completely different way to get the star. Like that part here, you just have to... this part here does obsolete the star that's right over there in that box. Except to get the star in the box, you have to climb that pyramid, but do it better, and it's a lot harder, it's tighter. So you can either do the easy way, just to progress in level, or you can do it really hard, and it's really precise, and you have a lot less time to waste, and you can get the star. So it's about how well you do it, and if you go for it or not, rather than just, oh, let's do it, and then let's just have you keep going forward from this point, and you'll get the star. Brodu has a lot of these issues. Many hack creators have a lot of these issues. Less so in Toadstool hacks, more so in custom hacks. But it's still, like, I don't see how these people can think that it's at all acceptable, because it's not. I must wage war against bad level design. Anyway, here is you gotta climb up here. It's tricky. But you got a few ways you can go about doing it. I think you can wall jump off the side of this if you really want. In my opinion, the best way is to just do a triple jump kick. I do wish that this jump was a bit easier, but if I could wall jump, that'd be great. Also wish I could remove this carpet, but that would remove the glass sides of this. Anyway, this jump is pretty easy. Then here, just don't bonk on the wall and you're good. You can actually make it all the way and grab that ledge without needing this thing, but it's best if you use this. And then that thing just tilts a bit. But that's not hard. And don't fall down. Oh boy, now we got the trickiest triangles. That's the one that I was talking about earlier. And you may think, oh, I'm gonna be clever and I'm gonna use a shortcut and such, but I added fire everywhere and I added walls and I tried my best to make it uncheesable. And we're dead. We're not dead. We're just not. We're just less alive. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll keep that box as a box of 3. Okay, why is suddenly this jump not working? You saw me do it like 3 times in a row. That actually had potential if I didn't fail. You gotta, like, shortcut some of the switches and some of the triangles and do some side flips. It's pretty tricky. It's the trickiest of triangles. An homage to, not necessarily tricky triangles, but the fact that Master Quest 1 had trickier triangles. It's like, you know what, let's make a bit of an homage to it. It's funny. If you played Master Quest 1, which like 2 people have, and if you don't, well, I mean, the title is still accurate. And we're falling again, lovely. The hardest part is probably slipping through that gap. And it is pretty much required. I really do like the addition of this box behind the switch, though. So you can turn around. Apparently I can't do any basic platforming today, apparently. I said apparently twice, therefore you know it has to be true. There we go. And we still failed, because I didn't get my side flip. I backed out a little. Can't do that. Nope. Nope. From that third one, you've got a side flip onto the top one, and then you got a long jump. Like so. I really like that star. When it all comes together, it looks so smooth. Okay, now we have switch warp of the maze. And you know what? I'm gonna take this way up to the maze. Mainly to see how effective this way up to the maze is. It's not really a more intentional way, but more so just a side effect of this kind of just sending you vertically high. I almost died. That would have been bad. That's reasonable. If you land on this. I can jump down here. I still don't know what I'm gonna put here, but I'll figure out something. Anyway, this switch causes a few boxes to spawn in the maze. One of them leads to, a warp. The other two, well, lead to nothing. The other two are red herrings, but I mean, no harm in having red herrings when they don't cause any issues. find the correct warp, and you get a star. Okay, now we have a really fun star. It's this nonsense over here. So, a lot of these Rainbow Ride objects look really awesome upside down. And so, originally I was thinking, like, what do I even do for this Summer of the Rainbow platform? Do I just have you spawn there or something? Do I have you fly there? Because I was trying to figure out what do I do with that. So eventually I decided, you know what? It might be interesting if you had to climb all the way from the bottom to it. And it worked out pretty well. I just started messing around with these platforms, found out that they could all be turned upside down with very few issues, and it all worked very effectively. Stopping on here is a bit tricky, but oh boy, upside down platforms. And this one actually has a double, like it's going to 3 locations. You can get up onto it from here, it puts you up here, and you can also, if you fall down here, you can use these to climb back up. So it works out really nicely. And for this, honestly, I might remove that Goomba. I don't know. It's best if you just backflip this. You can probably get up there another way, but backflipping is the best. Anyway, now we've got this nonsense. It's just a fun platform. Here's another platform. It's upside down. I love the shading on these upside down platforms. Here's another upside down platform. Really, I just started having a lot of fun here. it was fun. So more upside down set of triangles, and this should lead me to the star. I really like that star. And now lastly, originally the star was quite a bit different. It involved flying and such, but originally I actually had to get secrets in the maze, but honestly, so I found out something interesting. You cannot have star-specific objects in Rainbow Ride for some reason. You can in like every other level, just not Rainbow Ride. Go figure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can in another hack, like in other hacks, but in a Toadstool hack where you don't import your own levels, I don't know why, but something prevents it. So, originally you would just spawn in a different spot and do some flying around for... You were just gonna, like, fly under the house and there'd just be a star there, but that turned out to be kind of dumb anyway. And then this turned out to be pretty okay. We do have to go to the house again, so it is a bit of a trek. It's the one downside, but oh well. I should have put, like, some coins here. As a reward for getting up. Maybe a 1-up. Maybe I'll put a 1-up there if I have spare objects. Really, the issue with putting a lot of things where I'd want them to be is not having the object space. What if I have a spare object? Oh, I've got some coins floating there. Yeah, that's spare object space. No, those are the ones leading to the dag. Yeah, never mind. I thought those were default coins, but no, those are important. They tell you, hey, idiot, long jump here diagonally. Maybe I'll remove the second fire jet in the maze. It's honestly not that important. Honestly, Risky Ride really does come together in the end. It was starting off pretty mad, but it really took off. I really enjoy this level. Anyway, there's a... You don't need this metal cap, but it makes things a lot easier. So, I'm gonna grab it. Another instance of just flavor metal caps. Not necessarily required, but helps quite a bit. You just jump in the fireplace, thing spawns, and the easiest way up is just to burn if you have the metal cap. Otherwise, you can just kind of jump up. Pretty easy star, but you're probably not going to find it by accident. Unless you see the metal cap and put 2 and 2 together. Anyway, I really like it. Okay, so what's left? That required wing cap, that required metal wing. That requires me entering DDD, so actually, let's go to DDD. So, I didn't actually show this off, but you have to actually do Bowser 1 in order, or Bowser 2 in order to do anything in DDD. Because DDD is through this waterfall, hence that arrow is also there. It's a warp. Anyway, Bowser's Desolate Dockyard, Secrets of the Ocean Ridge. If you don't fight Bowser 2, you can only get the first star here. Because the poles don't spawn, and there's a giant sub-door that covers the entrance to the second half of the level, so you can't get anything here. But anyway, DDD, I tried to do as much with this as possible. I changed a lot more than 90% of Toad's Relax do. Every star is still unique in some way. Some of them might be a bit lazy, or, well, not necessarily lazy, but not very elaborate, but they're all still unique, at least. Hey, Real Flanks, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Just a whole bunch of secrets around here. Various hints. Various coin hints regarding where they are. Is there one in here? Actually, I think the star spawns in the center of that. I know there's one in the clams down here. I think there's another one in a coin ring around the top. I tried to make DDD as not quite as empty as it usually is. Unfortunately, DDD is still a large empty basin of water. Not much could be changed about that. I thought I was looking for a coin ring. Oh, I was pretty sure the last secret wasn't here. Oh, it was there, never mind. I thought the star spawned there, but I guess not. Star spawn's just kind of off to the side, but it's fine. Gotta go through the metal cap every time I want to go to DDD, but it's a short trick, so it's not really a problem. Sinking through the tide, it's through the jet stream. It's through the jet stream Mark II, just dressed up a little differently. I mean, at least it's dressed up a little differently as opposed to being a complete carbon copy. Anyway, here a red coin awkwardly pops into existence. I really should move that. It really doesn't look well popping in like that. Anyway, right here there would be the door if you didn't fight Bowser 2. So there are just kind of a bunch of stars around. I'm actually going to go through this one and hope I don't miss. Okay, I didn't. That kills you rather than spitting you out in the castle grounds area like it does in vanilla. At least it should kill you. Pretty sure it kills you. That star is inspired by Rando. Sometimes a star can be back there. I haven't done Rando in a while. And you know what, let's just do all the stars completely out of order. I want to go to this pole. Here we just have some generic floating poles in the sky. It's boring, I'll admit. But I was really desperate for ideas for DDD. It'd actually be tricky to land on that pole. Also, you can just kind of do this. That's just how these poles work. And we missed. Lovely. You know what? Let's do reds and hundreds. No, it's this coin ring I was thinking of. But this one doesn't have a secret, it would seem. I knew there were 2 coin rings around. So I did add quite a bit more coins to DDD. It's still not the most loose level with regards to coins, but there's not only 109. Let's go for some of these coins. We don't need them all. Awkward red coin. So there are just kind of red coins all over the place around here. Hopefully we don't get too close to the suction and die. There are 2 red coins inside this coral, though. Can be a bit hard to see. The shadows are mainly your indicator. Alright, that starts just kind of a ball of fun. You can swim to it. It's a lot harder, though, than just using the metal cap that is given. We'll ignore that bomb for now. This is one of my favorite signs in the game. Fleet status. Top secret information. Completely classified. Bowser submarine. Deployed in and around Yoshi's Island. Pirate ship armada. Shipwrecked en route to Haunted Shipwreck Lagoon. Rescue fleet operation. Shipwrecked en route to Haunted Shipwreck Lagoon. Bowser's private clown car. That... needs to be fixed slightly. Anyway, it's in for repairs back at Bowser's castle. Flying airship. Trapped due to high winds and risky ride. Referencing a whole bunch of ships here, and also making a joke about Haunted Shipwreck Lagoon. I like it. Okay, fleet status sign tweak. Lots of text tweaks needing to be done. Anyway, there's a star here. There's also just kind of stuff everywhere. Actually, maybe there are less coins than I thought. Okay, I think maybe I only added like maybe 10. But I mean, it still added some. There's like 1 from the bomb. There's 5, so 2, that's 7 that I haven't gotten so far, I think. And then there's these, and there's 2 more reds, so... maybe I didn't actually add that many coins. But I did add some, and that's the important part. Anyway, for this, I'm not entirely sure if this is, possible. Yeah, that was badly timed to get there. You don't need that box, but it helps a little. Probably still need to fix it, make it a bit more doable, though. Oh, good. That looked a bit funky. Anyway, 20 more stars, so you should only be here like another, what? Maybe hour? Like an hour and a half? Most of the rest of the stars will go pretty quickly. Last coin is here. And I actually need to test to see if this is even possible. So I will be using save states. Oh boy, what a cheater. Because there's nothing wrong with this being a little bit tricky, because this is, I mean, course 14, canonically. So a little bit of difficulty is perfectly fine. There's a difference between difficulty and impossibility. Yeah, that's not at all possible. You can get to this platform if you time it really tightly, but that needs to be majorly tweaked. Fortunately, you can still get the red coin if you're good enough. Which I'd like to think I am. That's a bit of a tricky jump. Anyway, the star just kind of appears by some gates. I did not mean to grab that metal cap. Should run out, though, soon. Yeah, there it goes. So this, you just need to time it with that pole there. Time this switch, because it makes some stuff appear over there, also. That was really poor timing. And that was an even poorer jump. It's possible. It's actually this is not actually that tight at all, but it's how you get the star. You might be able to do some precise wall jump nonsense to get around it, but it's easier if you just use the switch. That worked out well. Timing. Make save state. Okay, this will work if I don't screw up this jump. You've got plenty of time if you time it well. Also, the camera just kind of had a moment that was pretty good. The rest of the stars in this level are really free. As you already saw, there was one like kind of just in the sky that I didn't get. Let's go for it again. This one's called Seas Sky Poles. Not to be confused with Seas. This one, you just really want to just climb up as much as possible. And hope that you can jump when it matters. Okay, we still got it. Bit tricky, but that's fine. It's 14th level. And the last two are just in the secondary area again. Only 2 stars in this area, 4 in the other area. Would have liked to make it a bit more balanced, but it's DDD. Objects are really limited. There was not much I could do. Most of the spare objects in this level in this second area went to making that barricade. Also, I might not even be able to move those boxes. I think I know what'll do. I hear crackling. Does anyone else hear crackling? Anyway, so there's a vanish cap in the water. You may think you're clever trying to ground pound it, but that will never happen because it's far too deep. And the bob-omb's drowned itself. That's unfortunate. And actually, you know what? I'll do the star that we're intended to get first. Idea. I'll put a box there, and then I'll move the metal cap over there. I like that idea a bit more. So for this star, you just get the metal cap and walk through this current. The whirlpools are there to make it seem threatening and also make it harder to swim to. You might get pushed inside one of them, and also it's pretty low down, but it's still possible, capless. Anyway, the last one is something like the underwater vanish cap, which, as I showed you, is underwater. And you can't break boxes that are underwater, with one exception. Explosions don't care about water. So you're supposed to throw the bob-omb at the vanish cap underwater, break it, so you can get the cap and get the star behind the gates. It's basically collect the cap, or collect the caps, except I tried to be creative. And it's different, but it's similar also. This is just a matter of timing. Which it's easier said than done, but it's not that bad. Once you break the cap, you just have to grab it and then rush. Why is there an invisible wall here? That should work. And there we have it. And I missed the star. It's an okay level, DDD. Anyway, so that should do it for here, so let's actually go to BBH. So the only real way to go to BBH is, of course, take this door. Takes you to the basement. I had so many problems with that door. Like, you don't understand. That door had issues. Pretty major issues. Just the game got confused with where the warps are. Anyway, the courtyard. So if you recall yesterday, Mips told us to be wary about the courtyard. Here lies the traitor Yoshi, executed for an attempt of high treason. Well, Yoshi's dead. Yoshi is dead! In memory of Mario, declared legally dead in absentia. In loving memory, Toadsworth died of natural causes. Everyone is dead! Here lies the traitor Luigi, executed for an attempt of high treason. So everyone is dead. dark plot. Anyway, here we have Big Boo's Funhouse. It's a pretty fun level. Ooh, this text I didn't realize existed. It's fine, I can stay like that. Anyway, Big Boo's Funhouse. It's a fun place. You need the Vanish Cap to enter. Ooh, this text needs to be fixed still. Fix BBH text. Hehehe, welcome to my funhouse, Mario. Let's play a little game, shall we? I've hidden 5 stars around my funhouse of tricks. If you can find them all, and then find me. If you can find them all, then find me on top of the house. We'll have a little fight. The Big Boo. I need to change that a little bit, but basically, it's an interesting level. I hope, at least. Anyway. 100 coins here are pretty tight, I will say that. I tried to make it somewhat difficult, but it's pretty easy still, because it's BBH. Also, like, every door is blocked off. Navigating this place is a bit of a... It's a fun pain. It's a pain, but it's a fun one. Right up here, but more importantly, is the library, which we enter backwards, and then burn. Also, there are some books all around. Don't get hit. And that's basically it. It's Babby Star, but nothing I could really do about it, so... It does what it needs to do. No return. Vanish away. This one is just be fast. That is the opposite of fast. No way we'll make it now. Yeah. It's pretty obvious where you have to go for that star. Now what will we go for? I guess reds and hundreds. They're just kind of around. I tried to make the red coins not, like, super hidden, not stupid. This one here. This coffin. Try to make the more useless rooms have something in them. Coin collecting is a bit tight. But it shouldn't be too bad, I hope. Also, I missed 5 coins from that book because I wasn't planning on doing hundreds. Anyways, that coin is still not visible. Okay, I still need to fix that coin. Fix final BBH red coin again. Still invisible, and that's bad. Here's this. What's about down? I think I moved most of the coins down there. There might still be a single boo there, but we'll only get it if we need it. Actually, no, since I'm down here, let's do the star instead, actually, because there's like nothing else in this basement. Just a star. Because BBH is like has some of the least amount of objects in the entire game. That looks like it's floating. No, actually it's not floating. This is a very basic concept. Switch makes boxes. Also added an extra flamethrower. But it's an easy star. Maybe not too easy since I failed it. I'm gonna blame the camera. again, it's BBH. There is honestly, like, it seems like there's a lot you can do in BBH, but there is, like, nothing you can do in BBH. Just because of how it's structured. I thought I added a second, there should have been a second box. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I moved the second box. I know there was a second box there. Oh well, one box makes it harder, so I'm fine with there only being one box. I do want to see what happened, though. Investigate missing metal, or missing basement box. And let's, I guess, go for no return, vanish away again. Fighting with the camera is a pretty big part of this star. Ooh, got in my way. This was pretty fast until I screwed up everything. That's probably the hardest star in this level. I guess I did make this level pretty hard. So going down here is in fact required for a star. And I keep bonking. Damn it. And we only have one chance of that vanished star, so that's why it's so tricky. I hate jumping down this platform. I've never been able to figure it out, honestly. Why? Why are you bonking, Mario? I never understood how speedrunners could go down there reliably. Honestly, the difficulty curve in this game is pretty okay, thinking about it. Why? No matter where I fall, he refuses to go to the side. Didn't think that this shouldn't be this difficult. Well, we got another chance at this. No, that's not good. No, we don't want to, ground pound either. Okay, that was good. And you can just barely make it. That star's pretty tight. But I think it's okay, because again, this is the last course. I really don't feel like reds and hundreds right now, I'm gonna be honest. I want to get this annoying darn star down here. And we fall. I thought this level was a bit of a disappointment, but I guess doing it again, it's actually not really a disappointment, at least save stateless. Some of these stars are pretty tricky. Stars might not be the most elaborate, but they require you to do some pretty tricky challenges for the casual player. Okay, I think I know where I want to go for this. I think I know how the two rooms are horizontally aligned, or vertically aligned now. I want to be right here. Stop bonking! For God's sake, Mario! It's the worst part. Like, in my testing, I never bonked once off the wall and got stunned like that. And I was doing it every single time, and I don't understand what changed. I don't want the star to be, like, luck dependent, which is what it seems to be. There we go, But why did he... What the heck did he bonk off of a million times? I need to investigate that. And there's a boo here. And there's a star here. Fall into the hidden rooms. I need to investigate that. If there's... I know there has to be a reliable setup. Because speedrunners do that all the time without bonking. Just don't know how. Save states, go! Okay, that's the problem. I'm sliding too much, it's tilting too much. Okay, yeah, you just have to kind of just go. Also, going here really helps. And then Mary just bonks off of God knows what. What the heck am I even bonking off of? Mary just like slides instead of dropping down the hole. Okay, it seems that I just need to not be facing down. I need to just be facing like sideways or something. And that might help. Just jumping down. Now I want to be like... I know being on the very edge should allow me to land there. At least that's what it seemed to. This star sucks. Confirmed. Just gonna have to drop down and hope for the best. Well, the point is it's possible, so, I guess I'm doing hundreds, except, I lost 5 coins from this book, because I let it die. So let's just die to get our health back, or to get that back, because coin collecting in this level is pretty tight. It's... You could probably waste 5, but you probably couldn't waste 10. It's unfortunately very tight. It's not what I wanted, but it just kind of happened. I mean, maybe you can waste 10, but... And it lived. Lovely. So obviously I moved the booze around. It's nothing interesting, but at least it's something. Okay, there's a red coin behind here. It's invisible, but it's also a pretty obvious spot to look. So I think that's okay. Dodge the chairs. Maybe I'll move one of these chairs, turn it into something else. I don't know, I don't really think I need to add anything to this level. I think the level's pretty good. It's got the difficulty of a level 5, or of a level 15. Here's the last red. Just kind of behind here. There's a whole bunch of coins on the outside. Including 4 blue coins. Actually, maybe coin collecting is a bit more tight than I actually, Actually, I think there's 113 star coins in this level. There might be more coins on the roof. Yeah, since this is 10. Each of these boxes have 3. And there's the 5 I missed. So that's 113 coins. So you can miss 10, but it's still pretty tight. Oh, and there's the 5 in here. Okay, 118 coins. There's a bit more than I thought. And there might be some more on the roof, too. No, I don't actually... Oh yeah, I do remember where the stars spawned. Right here. So I don't actually know if there's any on the roof. Big Boo's aerial showdown. So suddenly, Winged Cap appears. So you could use this to get the other star very easily, but the Winged Cap only spawns in star 6, so you need to do every other star first. So I didn't actually test this yet. So I'm just assuming it's possible. Well, if I fail to get up here, then yeah, not at all. Oh, come on! Apparently that's harder than it looks. I should stack these. Oh my god. And the wing cap runs out right now. Well, that was some intense failure. You have tons of time to get up here via this. Do you even need this block? I don't know. It's a good hint on how you have to do it at least, so it's fine. You know what? It's a pain to backtrack, so I'll just die. I got eyed to death. Anyway, let's try this again, except this time we actually, get to, halfway through the star. This time we actually get to the Big Boo. Originally there was a cannon, but I realized cannon isn't really needed at all. Isn't there a box normally around here? So the intended way to fight this guy is to fly into him, but it didn't really work. But I like how you go into the roof. Maybe I'll make Big Boo a little higher, so you have to fly into them, or like you have to use the wing cap. And there's no coins on the roof. Okay. Make Big Boo higher. Anyway, that's now for cleanup. So what dry world? Oh boy. Most of a large portion of these stars that have skipped, and by a large portion I mean I'm completely full of it. Also, I do like that use of the Spanish cap. Secrets in this level suck. I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, jump down here, follow the coins, and you'll land on this plank. Just time the metal cap. Switch press, a classic thing to do in hacks. And you do have plenty of time if Mario actually would jump, instead of not getting onto the platform. I sure do love it when things that make no sense happen. Okay, that should also never have happened. I'm blaming the camera on that one. This isn't even a hard star. It's just a mildly annoying one. Please! Swim! Walk straight, Mario. Walk forward. Stop turning around like an idiot. Just walk in the very, very wide plank. Thank you. Great. Okay, moving on. Struggling in my own game like that. Great, now I've got plenty of time to jump up here, break this box, and get the star. If you just do some pretty easy swimming. Anyway, the purple switch is secrets. This one is, honestly kind of a dreadful star. I'm gonna be honest. So I don't actually remember where all of the secrets are, but basically, you hit this switch, it makes a bunch of boxes spawn, you gotta figure out where they are. Really? Really? For instance, one right here. On top of them, there are secrets. It's a bit of a scavenger hunt. It's kind of dreadful, but it's not hard, it's just tedious. I don't like it, but I don't really know what else to replace it with, so... Because, I'm gonna be honest, after flooding this entire town, it really limited my options of what I could do for stars. Maybe put another one in the downtown area, but I mean, I don't know. It's okay, I guess. Also utilizes the wet dry roll. It makes the water a bit less empty. Also utilizes the switches that nobody ever uses. I do know the rough location of some of them. There's one here. There's one here. I know the other two are in this general direction. So maybe I do know where they are. You don't technically need the metal cap, you can just get the secrets. But it's kind of awful to find. But, I mean, if you see it, maybe you can run into it, even if after the switch ends, you can just kind of swim in the general direction and hope you run into it. If you see it from a distance. Amps! Yeah, the amps do a good job of being a non-threatening and nuisance there. And isn't the last one... It's up there, apparently. We missed. Let's try to get this one. I thought I got the one over here. Yeah, I did. Cool. I don't know how I missed that one, but, I did. No, we might have gotten that one. Could have sworn it was this one we got, though. Yeah, we definitely got this one. There's two in very similar locations, it would seem. Also, I forgot to mention, this is a thing that can happen. Completely unavoidable. Just as is a result of raising the water level this high. Okay. I guess we just were really close and we just missed it last time. I'm directly below it. Yep, there we go. I just missed it. And... okay, the star appears here. Okay, now we got, we have a star that I'm not too sure about. This star was... 5 secrets in the sky. This star was honestly dreadful. I changed some of the secrets to make it less dreadful. Hopefully it's actually, like, doable. Let's not be done yet, please. Mainly because the camera, when you're flying on the tiny island, it really has issues in certain places. So move the secrets to be a bit closer to the island. Specifically the ones like around here. The camera really just dies. But hopefully you can just like swoop in, swoop out. Now that they're a lot further inland. Just kind of do a U-turn and fly in a general upwards direction and hope you don't bonk.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, that's bad, but it's not as bad that now. Only those 2 secrets are the bad ones, so I think it's okay now. Because you can actually get the secrets before the camera dies, and then you just have to get back, which I think it's okay. Adds to the challenge a little. Can we not get bodied by literally every enemy in the game? I swear I'm good at this game sometimes. I swear I'm good at this game sometimes. Fixed camera would also help a little. That third one is a bit... Or that one, yeah, that one. That further down one is a bit awful, but... I think it's a lot more reasonable than it was. And this will never be perfect, so I think it's okay. It's not, like, dying will put you too far out of the way. It's not that hard to get here. This is an early level, but it does require a cap anyway, so I don't know. I would like to make it better, but there's only so much I can do. And the star spawns on the useless island. But yeah, that's a lot better than it was, so that's fine.
Here we go.
Okay, what other places do we need to finish? Alright. That's a large portion that we haven't done. Where's the rest of the stars? That's where. We never went behind, this Bowser door. This is the wrong profile. The fact that there's a current there is just weird. It's strange. So, what's through magic door number 1? Well, we already know that's Secret Aquarium, but what's down here? Aha! It'd be Bowser 2! Don't know why I turned into a pirate. I like Bowser 2. Bowser 2 is really funky. Really all the Bowser stages are pretty okay. Bowser 1 is a bit more meme, but I like this a lot. There's just kind of a star there. There's 2 stars in this level, as indicated by the hint that Lakitu gives when you enter level 8. Also, that star is blatantly visible, so it should be pretty easy to realize, hey, look, there's a second star here. The hint being, there are 2 stars on the entrance to the volcano. And the Bowser 2 is not at the start of this, but the volcano is, rather. Red coins here are fun. Because there are numerous ways you can go that don't collect any red. Or, like, numerous ways around this level. Or at least a few ways, at least in this part here. It's just kind of a jungle gym of platforming, and I like that. I really like that. Get some lag here, unfortunately. Nothing more I can do about that, though. We can ignore that platform. That leads to the shell, which is how you get the star down below. Fortunately, this is not upside down in this version. That's the worst thing in Master Quest 1. Putting that upside down. It both worked and didn't work much better than expected. So these platforms are weird. If they have like a distance less than 100, they go vertically, or if they have a distance more than 100, they go horizontally, or vice versa, something like that. So it's really weird. That's why it like clips through the wall a bit there, just because the distance was really tight. And we're dead. God, just like that, we're dead because of a really kind of dumb death. Stupid deaths are the worst deaths. Because they're ones that shouldn't have happened, but just did due to, like, a muscle twitch or the tiniest dropped input. Or not even a dropped input, just idiocy. Or not really idiocy, but I don't know. God, that lags. That lags so bad. Oh well, people are used to playing Mario Maker, and we're dead again. That was a slightly less dumb death. This really isn't that hard of a level. It really isn't. So yeah, the first star of DDD is required in order to access this stage. So that'd be the secret star. Maybe I'll remove the Goombas. It might help with the lag. I don't know. I'm not a lag master. Let's not have this again. I would be curious to see what a routed speedrun would be like of this game. Yeah, I'll try removing the Goombas. Remove Goombas at start of Fire Sea. They are kind of out of place anyway. Goombas plus lava area don't really mesh well, in my opinion. Obviously, you don't need this platform if you're good, but I'm not good, so... Also, those coins should be the opposite way. Probably rotate coins at end of Fire Sea. You can go like that, or you can go around. It's really no difference. Anyway, the last red is, having a fun time over here. Now, actually getting off this platform is a lot trickier than it looks. So actually this was intended to continue. The star was intended to spawn like on some platforms over here, but it didn't work. Due to various reasons. I can't quite remember the specifics. It might have been lag or just the objects didn't quite work correctly, so... Anyway, back into Pyroclastic Perils. Red coins in the volcano. I like this level, or this star. Yeah, it spawns there, so... Just kind of go down and then you kind of go back up. Coins are just kind of all over the place. Change the angle of these fire jets mildly to make it slightly more annoying. Here I moved the thing, the crusher, and moved it. It has the effect of also making that kind of ugly, but whatever. This is a pretty easy star, just have to not burn. These are the worst 2 red coins, but you can get them without burning if you're really careful. This red is weird. Because for some reason, this acts like a conveyor belt. The side of that. I don't know why. I don't think anyone does. Put a red coin here so that you have to take this, or you're more encouraged to take this. Kicking over a garbage can, lovely. Rather than just burning your butt. And I forgot to jump because I was trying to use my foot to grab the garbage can. Put the foot. I don't actually know where you spawn if you die here. Where do you spawn? Yeah. That's fine, though. Right, yeah, it has to be like that. Because of how, because of how I did Fire Sea, because of how I added the second star. Adding the second star is... I'm not dead, surprisingly. I'm dead. I don't care. I was fiddling with my garbage can. This is very much so doable without save states, I'm just bad. Honestly, that red coin, I might want to move that red coin a little. Maybe on top of this thing instead of behind it. Move last red coin in Volcano, because that red coin is a bit tricky. Quite a bit tricky. Anyway, yeah, because normally collecting the red coin star doesn't cause you to leave the course, so there's no actual warp for you leaving the course with a star, so I had to steal the death warp and make that the warp for leaving with a star, and then it became complicated. Anyway, I am missing... yeah, okay, 1 star here, 1 star in Bowser 3, 2 stars in Shifting Sands Mirage, that's 121. If you really want to, you can just take this. Looks a bit weird, but it functions perfectly fine. Anyway, here we just have a fun time. Can you land on the shell? It's a lot easier than, or a lot harder than it looks. But that's mainly the challenge, because you can't burn your way through this because of all the boxes in your way. And that's the Fire Sea. So, Shifting Sands Mirage. One required the Vantage Cap, one required the Winged Cap. Desert Skies Mirage. Metal Cap is kind of useless, but well, it doesn't hurt. Or it doesn't harm anything or hurt anything, also known as hurt anything. I really need to stop combining words, but it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I just have 2 things I want to say at once, and they just kind of overlap. Oh boy, dyslexia. Dyslexa, not dyslexia, dyslexa. Dyslexa, play Despacito. Okay, I haven't opened the cannon. Cannon's in here. This problem is real. Ah! I've been carried away by the winds of change! Don't ask me what they're changing. God, I'm hungry. I need to eat after this. Landing on this one is a pain. Because this tornado doesn't really like to end. Okay, I think I landed. Okay, I did, just barely. Okay, now we do need the wing cap again, though. Is the warp still intact? I wonder. Nope, I moved it. Or rather, removed it. I definitely didn't move it. I really enjoy this level's stupidity. Also, I really like the amp disguise to sniff it. Or, not sniff it. The amp disguised, fly guy. It's not the kind that spit fire, though, because there are actually 2 different kinds of fly guy. One that can spit fire and one that don't. Ones that spit fire should be used, very sparingly. Also, cannon doesn't work. Let's just call it a mirage. So there's a star here. Which one's real? It's the one on the left, obviously, by the tilt. But it might throw you off for a slight bit. I really hate how that cannon just dies. But I don't know why it does that, nor do I know how to fix it. I'll write a brief note to investigate cannon. Investigate desert cannon. Anyway, lastly, on the ancient ruins. This is just the one in the pyramid that required the vanish cap. It's a pretty easy star. Like this klepto here. Just kind of dead klepto. Don't mind it. Just hanging out. I wrote in my notes, kill klepto again, and then I did that. And I was like, you know what, let's make klepto a mirage. I was hoping it would be a bit more not like that, but yeah, whatever. I love killing Goombas with, or just enemies in general with long jumps. So you grab this. Use this to get up, and you punch this. It's really easy. It's something, at least. And then you can either, there's literally only one object in this sub-area. This fight is its own sub-area, so you know what? No reason making it a boss. Let's just have a start. The challenge was to get there, not to fight something there. Anyway. With that, we are ready to go to Bowser! Mwahaha! Haha. Ha. I'm so funny. Anyway, Bowser 3, it's a real fun course actually. I really like it. It's also pretty tricky. This is it's not free. But I mean difficulty curves, it's the final level. And the Bowser fight is actually quite difficult. Bowser fights have a pretty sharp difficulty curve. The first one is free, the second one is a bit tricky, but not anything too hard. Does this pop out on the other side? It does not. Okay, that's good. This works as it's supposed to. Because you're collecting death. Collecting 5 secrets, and if you miss all the secrets at the end, Bowser's like, haha, you fool, you can't fight me unless you get the star. Find all 5 secrets, because, yeah, the only way to the Bowser fight is by collecting a star in this level. Now, I did do some finagling around, and I did make a system so that if you do die, you don't have to collect all 5 secrets, but it's ugly, and if you can still die, but you'd have to be, if you die, it's on you, it's not on me. This one, you just kind of have to be a bit careful. Originally, this platform was a lot tighter, but it's a lot better now. Also, the coin arrow, yeah, in case your camera's rotated, you wouldn't see it otherwise. It's just a hint saying, hey idiot, there's something here. I wonder actually what the underside of those platforms look like. I've never actually thought about that. Look like just shaded. Like shadows. As expected. Just kind of push that to climb this. All the secrets are in marked very suspicious spots. Like this is very clearly suspicious. A coin line leading to nothing. That's the most hidden secret. Actually, maybe the third one is. I don't know. Here that switch does this, but I mean, Unless you're a legend, you're probably not going to make it up there. So, I mean, it's not like you need the Switch anyway. Let's be real. And then, big wall in your face. Actually, I wonder. Can you BLJ off of this? Yes! I don't recommend it. The mom's just kind of having a time. Not really doing much, but he's there. Chilling. Secret here, behind the wall. Oh boy, I moved the platform. It's harder now. I mean, it is harder, but if you're semi-good at the game, it's okay. Also, that pole is fake. It's a mirage. No, it's just me wanting to force you having to take these spinning platforms of... I really like these platforms upside down. Not only do they look really sick, but they function really well. And they're just really, really good. I love them upside down. Like, they're like my new favorite thing. I know this is probably the hardest secret to get and live, just because this thing is kind of awfully angled, and it's very easy for it to tilt to the side, to the right side there. That could have ended badly. That chuck it can catch you off guard. I hope 3 lives is enough for the Bowser fight. It's not overly difficult, but it's not free. Anyway, simple long jump, timed well with the rotation of this platform, can get you up. You could hit the switch to make this platform spawn, but it's really not needed. It makes the star appear. The switch for that is underneath here where the last red is. And here's Bowser's taunting sign. Bwah ha 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 ha. You thought you could just walk right into my hideout? Think again, stupid plumber. I do need to change that slightly. Change final Bowser taunt. Final Bowser sign taunt. Okay. Who's pinging me? Oh boy, SMB3 randomizer is about the weekly. Oh no, a live SMB... What? Oh. I'll look at that after. Think again, stupid plumber. If you want to fight me, you'll have to find 5 secrets first. Bwahaha! And yeah, that... It's a bit of tweaking, but yeah. A lot of text needs tweaking, and that's the last star. And you don't get an option to save. Wahaha! Our final showdown. Go ahead. Grab me by the tail this time. It doesn't matter. I caught that little traitorous rabbit in the act. He never stood a chance against me. Referencing to the fact that Mips said that he was the one who placed the bombs. Mips is dead. Rip, Mips. Look around. Only 2 bombs. It won't be enough to beat me this time. I told you I'd be prepared. Now, time for you to have another nap. 20 years was too short last time. Maybe I'll send you away for 200. With you out of the way, the last obstacle will be gone. Total control will be mine. Maybe I'll even put Peach out of her misery, too. I will have the power. On guard, Mario. So yeah, Bowser's kind of a horrible villain in this. Also, Bowser's the one who caused us to... Plot twist. Bowser caused us to have a 20-year hiatus. Anyway, the main gimmick of this fight is that I wanted to have a fight that wasn't just fire spam, so I really like how this turned out. It's actually pretty tricky. You gotta do 2 precise Bowser throws in a row for each of these things, because Bowser will not land. Yeah. So Bowser will not land on these wedges, because I've raised them slightly higher. He only lands on ground at Y0. So, or tries to aim for it, so he won't actually land on those. Excuse me, Bowser. Nice hitbox. So this is actually pretty tricky. I'm bad at Bowser throws. Bowser might kill me. This one I'm going for is probably the harder one. Just because clearing this gap, it doesn't look hard, but it is. But I'm just bad at Bowser throws in general, so... There you go, got him crossed. Now I gotta go for this bomb. Please don't burn me, Bows. That is the last thing I wanted you to do. Dodge the blue fire. I would love that coin. Okay, damn it! I hate Bowser throws! What?! I've never seen him land there before. I didn't even know he could. Okay, well, don't screw up or he'll, screw you up. I've literally never seen him land on that before, and I've done this fight a bunch. Eesh. I love this fight, but it's really hard, and I'm just really bad at Bowser throws. Like, that's just, I've never been able to do them. I'm just bad at hand-eye coordination. And also, you just have, like, one frame to go in any particular angle, and the angles are very, very fixed. So throwing Bowser just sucks in general. But at least it's not fire spam, unless Bowser cooperates. At least it's not fire spam. I say Bowser spamming fire all over the place. Honestly, I'm just gonna die. I want to restart. So this is what happens if you, There's a secret star hidden underneath the platform, but you can't get to it unless you, whatever. I want to respawn that platform and also get to full health. Make sure you're in the air even if they pass atop of you, because the shockwaves have an infinite height. That was cutting tight. Okay, now how about I, don't miss? And he does the fire. This isn't really a large enough space for him to charge, unfortunately. Ah, crap. Perspective. Ugh. Problem is Bowser throws on a keyboard just suck anyway. So that's not even counting having to line them up. Oh, okay, that worked. Okay. Ah. Let's get, we got the hard throw out of the way. Now I just need to get him across. So just tossing him off pretty much in any old direction will do that. Okay, now this one is actually easier. Can you stop with the fire, Bowser? Ah, shh. Okay, there are some coins around. I'm not sure. Okay, this is close enough. You want a full throw from max height for this one. And he'll land up there. And I was too close, actually. Oh, he can land! He usually doesn't. I don't get it. I guess if he's just too far away from the center. I don't think it's possible to beat him anymore now. Maybe it is. Thing is, the bomb is really high up. And you don't have a way of getting up there, that's the problem. I'm gonna go for the bomb. And I missed! Because I hate Bowser throws. And he got rid of that one too, lovely. It might be possible to get him with the bomb. But it won't be easy at all. He's never done that before. In all my testing, he's never stomped on those platforms before. No matter how far I threw him, he always went for the middle. He never stomped on those platforms, and now he is. Murphy's bloody law. Hey, April. I think this is a makeable throw. But because I'm bad, I'm just gonna abuse a save state. That's why I used a save state. Okay, if he breaks those, it's still possible. I'm not sure if it's possible if he breaks those two, though. That one seems a bit far, though. Pretty sure it's a bit far. I've never seen him hit those. Anyway. Mips hit a third bomb down here. It's inside the platform. So you can't actually do it until you do the other. Is that really? Okay, the fire missed me, thank God. This throw is actually really easy. Usually really easy. And that's the game. Also, hey, April. And now we have more plot. Oh boy. Curse you, Mario! I should never have taken prisoners. If only I'd killed them instead. Mark my words, Mario. This isn't the end. I will return. Surely you figured it out now, haven't you? The power of the stars is incredible. I think this is offset a bit, the text. I sealed you inside that pipe for 20 years. 20 years too short. You may have beaten me, but you don't have all the stars. What? You do? Impossible. How can it be that my loyal minion's lost? And you... No! No! You can't seal me! Grrr! Bit cheesy at the end, but... Basically, the plot is Bowser used the power of the stars to seal Mario in the warp pipe for 20 years. And then, if you get all the stars, Mario seals Bowser away for, like, another 20 years. Or something, I don't know. If you don't get all the stars, then Bowser's like, my loyal minions with the stars will ensure I return eventually. I might wanna... I don't even know if I can tweak that final fight. I've never... I think it's good enough. He usually doesn't stomp on those things unless you miss the throw and the bomb. And really, you've got a few chances, so it's okay. I think it's okay. And this is all unchanged because you can't change it. Imagine that. So I've got a whole bunch of things that need to be changed and fixed and tweaked, but other than that, we are almost done with this, and it'll be released soon. Maybe today, maybe not today. Till then, thanks for watching. And the Goombas are still having a fun time. Also, I need to change the Fat Penguin's text too. Change Fat Penguin, because I forgot about Fat Penguin. Anyway, that's it for today. This is going to be a small stream, because also I'm starved. I really need to grab lunch, so have a seal, and yeah.